Question number 3. Only 42% of our kindergartners are coming to school ready to learn on day 1. The rate of readiness is half that in schools of concentrated poverty. What are your thoughts on the role of early childhood education and expanding programs such as Camp K, the Camp K pilot, that will support 300 rising kindergartners this summer in getting foundational skills to be successful in school? So the question again is, what are your thoughts on the role of early childhood education and expanding programs such as the Camp K pilot that will support 300 rising kindergartners this summer in getting foundational skills to be successful in school? And Mrs. Pierre, we'll start with you.
I think that the Camp K is wonderful to get the young people involved. Also, early childhood education is very important. As I said before, 0 to 4 are some of the most important years that you have. If we can put a thread through the system that we have, from the place where children are going to daycare, whether it's daycare in a small home or daycare in a large setting, if we can put a thread through that and run that into the current system that we have, such that when the children come into the system, they have the skills that they need. I'm aware of several daycares in the city that have a very good program, so when the children come in. But have we ever put that thread? And before I even saw Camp K, which, as I say, is a good idea, on my web page, I put in information about the young people and what we need as far as early childhood development is concerned. Now, we look at this, but we realize that Camp K is only taking care of 300 of the children. So we need to have plans such that we go into the community and get support from businesses, individuals, that we can do this on a continuous basis, because there will always be some children there who will not be able to get what they need for whatever reason it is. But our responsibility is to educate the kids in Hamilton County. So when you try to educate, then you must always have a plan. You need to have a model, so that the model doesn't stand alone, but it works in with the total system that you have. I'm for early childhood. Couldn't be more excited about it, because the children now, for example, if you give a small kid your cell phone, by the time they finish with it, you won't even know what you have on it, because they'll make it dance and talk. So it shows you that they are very smart, and we need to capture that part of their life such that they can learn the things that they need. So when they enter school, they can be the children that we want them to be. They can be educated. They can do what they want to do in life.
Thank you. Mrs. Mosley-Jones.
Early childhood education is very important, and that's really a passion of mine, deep in my heart. We know that if a child is educated early, with early learning, that it sets the foundation that they need for anything they need to do in life, school, or career-wise. It prepares them. Statistics do show that 80% of your brain development happens within the first 3 years of your life, so you want to make sure that children are prepared as they begin that step. As a member of the Early Matters Coalition of Chattanooga 2.0, I was on the team that was spearheading the Camp K project, and that was one of the things that we spoke a lot about is why our kids are behind. We know that, and I can say this, in District 5 and in District 4, a lot of our children enter kindergarten unprepared. They're not ready to learn when they get there. That's because they have not had the exposure to early learning, be it from an in-home setting or at a larger program scale. So the goal with Camp K was to take the funding that was available through the Smart Venture Fund, where businesses had come together already and said, we want to invest in our children, empower this program with the 300 students this year, in hopes of, if it goes well, that we will run it again continuously. It'll be in 11 schools. I'm proud to say that every elementary school in District 5 will have a Camp K program, which puts our kids, I'm praying that puts those kids that are in there on the trajectory that they need to be able to push forward, as well as their sister district in District 4, and even some of their sister schools in the Opportunity Zone. We know that in Hamilton County Department of Education, there is not actual funding for pre-K, and we have some board members that are adamant about not making that a part of the budget, and so there's a struggle there. But we do get that assistance from state and federal monies, as well as the Head Start programs that the city does. And then, of course, you have your private entities that provide that child care. So I am a strong advocate for ensuring that a child gets that, be it from a faith-based community or from an actual business, or if there is a grandmother or someone who is taking someone into their home and they do childcare in their home. It is very instrumental in getting our kids prepared for where they need to be by the time they enter kindergarten, so that our teachers are not having to struggle to play catch up with them, because that's what's happening. They're struggling to play catch up with them by the time they get to kindergarten. If you get a kid, they're not a reading level in kindergarten or first grade. By the time you get to third grade, they're already moving backwards. I mean, it's hard to play catch up with that, and we see that in the middle school levels, and we see that in the high schools as well. So I would work to continue to work with the organizations and the philanthropic entities in our city, businesses, and whomever wants to fund early childhood education for our schools. And also, I will continue to advocate at the school board level, if remaining in a position for us to put in our budget, because I do see the benefits of the programs that we do have already in Hamilton County and how we can expand those programs.
Thank you. Mrs. Pierre, you have one additional minute if you would like to make any further comments on early childhood education.
One thing we see about early childhood education is that Hamilton County has not been very good in doing what should be done for the children. As far as the board is concerned, I will hope that that will change. But depending on who's on the board, there are always ways that you can develop policies and procedures such that people then are responsible for doing certain things. And their evaluation as far as the community is concerned, the community needs to speak out also. And this is one thing that I will do when I'm elected to the board, is to work with the community so the community will speak out.
Thank you. And Mrs. Mosley Jones, if you have any additional comments.